So, they are the teams, drivers and liveries for Season 1. I hope you like them. Let us know down in the comments which one is your favourite. But this video is not just about the drivers, teams and liveries, it's also to give some updates out. Now, the updates will include about the calendar, the point system, and two special announcements. The calendar is the most important one. So let's get into it. So we'll start off with the calendar. Now, you may have noticed it's a bit adjusted from the last video. There is a good reason for that. Unfortunately, we've had to do this because, well, I'll give you an explanation. Basically, I did get a new laptop in December, which I was hoping to use for this game. However, unfortunately, GP3 Edit, which is a crucial software for this series because it enables me to put liveries onto the game, unfortunately wouldn't work on it because for some reason GP3 Edit doesn't like Windows 10. 32-bit and 64-bit, it doesn't like both of them. So that was a bit of a pain. We tried everything to sort it out. We even used a sort of like bypasser box to try and make that work. That didn't work. Then we tried preferences and that didn't work either. So then we moved on to another laptop, which was a Windows XP laptop, which ran the game okay, but when it came to like textures such as advertising boards and that, it was just crap. It was absolutely crap when it came to the hardware bit of the game. Basically, if you don't know what I mean by hardware bit of the game, there are two versions of graphics that you can use for the game. There's a software version and a hardware version. The software version being the crappy version, meaning that it chops off some of the interface, and the hardware uses all of the interface and clearer graphics. And the hardware is more important, and it wouldn't work for that. And so then that didn't work, so we had to resort to my mini laptop, which worked for the original game and the liveries, but when it came to, and the camera as well, don't forget that, the T-cam, but when it came down to downloading tracks and putting DV graphics on it, it just lagged like a bitch, really, and which is really a shame. So then we resorted to my old laptop. You might remember that, the early laptop that I had from the years 2012 to 2014 when I was recording it with Windows Live, when I was editing videos with Windows Live Movie Maker. But unfortunately, GP3 Edit wouldn't work on that because even though it was a Windows 7, which is what it needs, either Windows 7 or Windows XP, for some reason not for some reason, it was a 64-bit version of Windows 7, not a 32-bit Windows of Windows 7, which is what it needs. So I've had to resort back to my mini laptop, and unfortunately we've had to change the calendar slightly, and we've had to change the tracks to tracks that are on the original game, which is unfortunate. So it's now been cut from a 19 race calendar, which is what it was originally, to a 16 race calendar. So it means that instead of the series finishing in June, which is what it was originally meant to be, it's going to finish in May instead. So which is really a shame, but at least we can still get the series going. So let me go through the calendar. So the first two races are still going to be the same. It will still be Australia first and then Brazil will be second. But by the way, I've based the calendar on the 1996 Formula 1 season, except for one track which I've had to change, which I'll tell you in a bit. So round 3 will be at Argentina instead in Buenos Aires. Round 4 will be at the European Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. Round 5 will be the San Marino Grand Prix in Imola. Round 6 will be in Monaco in Monte Carlo for the Monaco Grand Prix. Round 7 will be the Spanish Grand Prix in Catalonia. Round 8 will be in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. Round 9 will be the French Grand Prix in Manicourt. Round 10 will be the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Round 11 will be at Germany for the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim. Round 12 will be at the Hungarian Grand Prix in Budapest. Round 13 will be the Belgian Grand Prix in Spa. Round 14 will be in Italy, at the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. Round 15 will be at the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg. Now that's a track I've had to change because originally in the 1996 Formula 1 calendar, that's meant to be the Portuguese Grand Prix in Estoril. However, because Estoril's not onto the game, I've had to change it to Austria, which was not actually on the calendar in 1996, but we can still keep it at 16 race series. And then the final round will be at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. Now you may have noticed that the first 3 tests are still the same. That's because the downloadable tracks that I'm talking about, Jerez and Estoril, even though it doesn't work for the races, such as having so many cars on the track because it lags like a bitch, it can run fine with some cars at a time, and because it's going to be a testing session, it should be fine. So all systems go really. So Haref and Estral will still be the same, but if it still lags like a bitch, then I'll let you know if on Twitter and on YouTube if we're changing the schedule again. But so far, our systems are good. And the third test will still be in Catalonia. However, it will be the old version of Catalonia just to try and keep it realistic. Then the feeder series test will still be at Le Mans. Now, you might be wondering, why is it not Algarve? Well, if you follow the IFMC Twitter account, you may have noticed I did mention on there that Algarve would be changing to the Bugatti circuit at Le Mans because there is no track mod for Algarve. So it will be at Le Mans instead, the Bugatti circuit. So it will still be a downloadable track. Then there will be a mid-season test at Catalonia after the Spanish Grand Prix, like in real life in F1, where after the Austrian Grand Prix they do a mid-season test in Austria. I don't know if they're still doing it for this year, but you get what I mean. And then there'll be a young drivers test at Silverstone after the British Grand Prix, so it gives the teams an opportunity to test out any young drivers that they've got in their program, and that may include their test drivers as well. Or they can include their drivers as well, so it's kind of a young driver / mid-season test as well. And then there will be an end of season test at Suzuka, but that will be a week after the season is finished instead of a day after the race on a Monday. So the end of season test for the top class will be on a Saturday, and then the feeder series end of season test will be also in Suzuka on the Sunday. So yeah, that's that. And I've also included the key code so you know what each of them mean. Now, if we do any calendar changes, it will either be because I've got a different laptop and it'll be able to run track mods, or it will be that I'll change to GP3 2000 so we can add in tracks such as Indianapolis or Kuala Lumpur, or the new version of Monza. So yeah, that'll be for the only reason, but for now we're going to be using the original Grand Prix 3. So that's the updated calendar for you. Now, as you can see, the brackets of feeder, they've changed as well. So the feeder series will be going to Argentina, Europe, San Marino, Monaco, Spain, France, Silverstone, Germany, Hungary, Belgium, and Italy. Oh, and Austria. So they're the feeder series calendar as well. So yeah, that's the calendar. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is the point system. Now we're going to start off with the top class. The top class points scoring system will be the same point system as Formula 1 used between the years of 2003 till 2009. So first place will receive 10 points, second place will receive 8, third place will receive 6, fourth place will receive 5, fifth place will receive 4, sixth place will receive 3, seventh place will receive 2, and eighth place will receive 1. Moving on to the next one. It is the feeder series point system. Now that is going to have two different point system. For the feature race, it's going to be the same as the top class. So first place will receive 10 points, second place will receive 8, third 6, fourth 5, fifth 4, sixth 3, seventh 2, and eighth 1. In the sprint race, on the other hand, it's only going to go up to the top 6, but it will be the points that will be used it'll be the same points as it is in the feature race from 3rd to 8th. So first place will receive 6, second place will receive 5, third place will receive 4, fourth place will receive 3, fifth place will receive 2, and sixth place will receive 1. But there's also some bonus points as well. If you get pole position in either the feature race or sprint race, you'll get 4 bonus points for taking pole position. And if you get a fastest lap of the race in either the feature or sprint race, you'll get 2 bonus points. So yeah, that's the point system for the feeder series as well. So let's move on to the special announcements. Now, as you know, the IFMC highlights will be on JWF1, which is what you're watching on right now. And IFMC has a Twitter page as well, which is IFMC League, IFMC League, I should say. Links will be in the description. Well, not the YouTube channel because, well, you're here anyway. If you want to follow the highlights of IFMC, then please subscribe to this channel and you'll catch them up. But in terms of special announcements, it's expanding some more social media. So, from the time I've recorded this video, IFMC will have a Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the description to that Facebook page so you can go and follow it. So, any of you who's not on Twitter, IFMC will now have a Facebook page, and it will run the same as a Twitter page. It will keep you up to date with any driver changes, etc., etc., or any updates. So, yeah, so from the time you've seen this video, IFMC will have a Facebook page. And the final thing that it will have is his own Twitch channel. Now, we were originally going to have the live races on YouTube, but unfortunately, I did 2 live streams in December, one by myself and one with Joshua Anderson, and to do dual commentary, and I struggled to do YouTube because I had it set up ready, but unfortunately YouTube was taking too long for me to press the button for me to live stream to YouTube. So I've had to resort to Twitch, which works. So as a result, instead of putting it on mine and James's Twitch channel, which is John W2SO and on PSN, I have decided to make a separate Twitch channel for IFMC. So the IFMC channel is called IFMC Championship. There will be a link to the Twitch channel in the description, so please go and follow that to watch all the live coverage of IFMC, whether that be testing, practice, qualifying, warm-up, races, and feeder series practice, both qualifying sessions and races, so, and testing for them as well. So yeah, that will be that, and so yeah guys, that is pretty much what it's going to be used for. Now, in terms of Twitch and in terms of coverage, I'm still yet to agree with this with Josh, but on the dual commentary version of Twitch, there were so many issues with it. One, there was the fact that Josh could hardly see the screen, but the main point was that when we were doing it, Ava Media was lagging, and which is what I used to show you the live coverage. And I've found out that it had something to do with Skype, so I've got to agree with this with Josh. And that is, for the live streams, I'll be commentating myself. But when it comes to the highlights, me and Josh will dual commentate with that. So, yeah, I've still got to agree with it for him. But if he agrees with that, then I'll let you know on both Facebook and Twitter. So keep up to date with that. So, yeah, that's that. So thanks for watching for that presentation. But there's one more thing I've got to do. And that will be round about now. So the final thing that I've got for you is the live stream times for the first test in Jerez for IFMC. Because as you know, the first test of IFMC starts this Friday, Friday the 15th. And it will last through 4 days, from Friday the 15th to Monday the 18th. So, yeah, without further ado, here are the times then for the first test of IFMC. So the first test will be on Friday the 15th of January, and that will be on at 5 PM GMT. Okay? The second test, which is Saturday the 16th of January, will be on at 6 PM GMT, so an hour later than Friday. The third test will be on Sunday the 17th of January, and that will be on at 1 PM GMT, a little bit earlier because I haven't got anything on that day, so I might as well do it in the afternoon. And then the fourth test, which is on Monday the 18th of January, will be on at 6 PM GMT. Now the reason for that is because usually I'll be free on that day, but starting on the 18th, I'm actually starting my work experience for college. So, and I'm not very good at estimating how far where I'm working is from this house to, from my house to where my workplace is. I can't estimate it. So I know it's kind of a bit of a drive, so yeah, that's why it's a little bit later. So yeah, all of these will be done in like practice sessions because that's how Grumpy Free works. It doesn't have a separate game mode to do testing. So they'll all be either 1 hour and 30 minute. All 4 of them will be either an hour and 30-minute session or a 2-hour session, depending on how long the practices are on that game. So yeah, guys, if there is any changes to the times in terms of testing, I will let you know on Twitter and Facebook. So please follow the IFMC on either Twitter or Facebook to keep up to date on that. But that shouldn't be the case. It's less likely it's the case. But in case, then I will let you know on there. But yeah, until then, that has been all the updates. So thank you very much for watching. I've been JWF1. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. My Twitter is at JWF197. I'll leave a link down in the description for that. But until then, guys, I've been JWF1, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.